Good morning everybody. Today's video will be about Ansible, how we can use this tool to manage your entire infrastructure. It will be a great video. I hope that you will be able to enjoy, and if it's this, please don't forget to like the video, share it, if like it permits us to grow the channel and it motivates us to do much more content like that in your infrastructure area and cloud environment. So thank you very much. Let's get started. So Ansible is a tool which permits us to deploy and manage our infrastructure. It is it's used in our environment for deploy I would say components. So here is the architecture. We have a control node. Okay, a machine where we have to install Ansible tools, and when this one is installed, we can configure some an inventory which with a file where we have the list of all nodes that should be managed by Ansible. Okay, and we have also some modules, and we'll talk about that in our video, and also playbooks also. We'll talk about this point in another video, because this today video is focused on install and do some basic command. Okay, and when the control node is installed, we can manage different types of nodes. It can be a Linux node, it can be a Windows node, it can be a networks node, or it can directly connect to the cloud environment to manage your instances or deploy some application in your instances in the cloud environment through the API. Yeah, so let me show you what this architecture that we will use in our lab environment. I have one node, the control node, and we have others virtual machine that we use for our testing purpose in this video. This is the architecture that we will use. Okay, one control node where we install our Ansible tools, and others node that we have to prepare those nodes, and after the whole installation done, we can be able to start the managing part of those nodes, install some components, or launch some command from this part to this to those nodes. Okay, so this is what we will do, and here is the list of the nodes. Yeah, what we have here. So let's get started. Here is my first node. Okay, that I intend to. I have not yet at all starting some configuration. I will just show you where we are starting and where we will be able to end up. The first steps to do when you want to configure your environment with Ansible. Yeah, and other things. The Ansible that we will use in this video is the legacy one. Okay, it's not the modern one. The modern one is the Ansible Navigator. We will not talk about this one. We'll talk about the legacy Ansible in this video. So the first step to do. Here is my node. You can see the IP addressing plan in this node. Yeah, and the first steps that we have, we will do. Okay, well, for instance, so we can update the host name if you would like. Okay. Let's call this first node our control node, and I will call it. Yeah, it will be our first node. And next step, we will update our host file. This file will list all okay. So in the etc host file, so I have the whole nodes that I will have in my environment. Okay, we can here in the lab environment that we will have only 5 nodes that should be managed by our Ansible control node. Okay, this is, let me just perform a ping, a tiny ping to be sure that yeah. Two. Okay, so both node is ready. Okay. Next steps to do, and that we will do is just to update or upgrade the packages in our node. Normally we have already done that, but just for you, if in case if you would like also to install of this Ansible, we have the first steps to do is to upgrade of the update the packages in your node, yeah, in your control node. After done that, after done the package update, we will install the Python, because Ansible is based on Python, is right in Python, and we have to update the whole. You have to install all the dependencies that we have in your system regarding the Python package. So this is what we will do right now. The next steps. So we install all the Python dependencies. So, and specifically we'll install the Python environment. This will permit us to install the virtual environment in your control node. In this way, you will be able to install different for the different user. We can have 1 user, 4 users, 10 users. Each user in your environment in this node. Each user in this node can have his own Ansible environment, okay, to manage and control the target node. So this is done. After the virtual environment of the Python virtual environment installer, we can definitively create a new. You can connect in the new virtual environment. As you can see, I will create a new virtual environment. Okay, and from there, I will let me just source the file for this new environment. Yeah. So from this virtual environment, inside this virtual environment, I can install the Ansible control node packages, okay, for this root user. Okay, I will do the same thing for another user, but for the moment I will show you that you can do it for this user, and I will do also it for another user in this same physical or in this same node. Yeah, I've done that. I will install now the Ansible core packages. So I'm connected in the virtual environment of the root user. Now let's install the Ansible core package and the Ansible packages for inside of the virtual environment of the root user. I would like to be I want to repeat this part. We do it only in the virtual environment of the root user. We will create another user again, and inside for this user also we will create a new virtual environment, and we will go inside this virtual environment to install also the Ansible core packages. Okay, so once done that, just say I will say Ansible version. You will see that we will have an output. Okay, you can see that the Ansible is installed under this under the virtual environment of the root user. Okay, great. Now I will create another user. Okay, I have told you I will create another user. We call it Ansible. This user will be called Ansible, and let me set a password to this user. Great. And how I will also upgrade the, I can say it, the sudo privileges for this user. Okay, in order to permit her to use this user to launch the sudo command without be able to set up the password. Okay, so now this new user has been created in the VM in the control node, and I have updated the right of this user by adding it in the sudo users folder. So now let us switch in this. So I will connect inside of the environment or of the environment of the Ansible user. So now, but we are not obliged to call it Ansible. You can call it by another name. Okay, not obliged to do it to use the same name. Yeah. So now I'm under the Ansible user environment. From there, as I told you, I will also create a new virtual environment. For this user, I will create a new virtual environment. Okay, I will create a new virtual environment, and yeah, this is done. And after done that, I will connect inside of the virtual environment of this user called Ansible. Okay, so now I'm in the virtual environment of this user Ansible. Based inside this environment, I can do whatever I want to do, and particularly I want to install all the Ansible core packages inside this environment and do what I have to do. So let's install it. So as I will now install also, okay, so I can have 10, 2, 3, 4 users inside of my same node, and I can have different Ansible environment for each user. So now let's install the packages for Ansible for this particular user. Okay. Great. Next step, and in order to let the system to set up the virtual environment, okay, I don't want to at each time to execute this command. Okay, to avoid manually when I'm logging to the user, to avoid to manually set up this command, I will just add it inside the bash rc file. Okay, so in this way, when as soon as I will get in this user environment, it will be set up this command for me. Okay. So this is done. I will go to the next step. The next step will be I will generate I can say I will generate the key that I will use to perform over, because I want to perform the connection from this node and other node without password. Okay, so I will generate the SSH keys first, and this SSH key will be used to perform the passwordless connection between my node and others node. So let's generate it. Okay, so the password, the keys has been generated in my for my user Ansible. Okay, so once this keys has been generated, let's go to the next step. Okay, I will just add an additional action that I have to do. This action will permit us to avoid the SSH key checking. Okay, when each the node would like to connect to others node, this update of the permit has to avoid the SSH key to be checked. Okay, and we are good. Let's go. Let's move on. Now, next step. Remember, I say from this Ansible node, I would like to manage each node. Okay, but this to manage this node, Ansible will use an user, okay, to perform all those tasks inside each node. And in our case, you will create a dedicated user for those tasks, because we don't want to use the root user, okay, to do the different tasks on the target node. We will use a dedicated user to perform the different Ansible tasks inside each node. Okay, so this is what I will do. So I will now launch a script which will create this user and elevate the privileges of this user. I will create a new user called Ansible. Okay, a new user Ansible will be created inside of inside each node. We will create a new user called Ansible. Okay, we can call it by another name, but in my case, I will just call it Ansible, because we will use this user to perform the different tasks inside inside each node. So let's get started. So this command permits us to go in on each node, server A, server B, server C, server D, and do this one. We'll connect on each node and create a new user called Ansible. And after that, you will set up the password Ansible to this user. And the next step will be to elevate the privileges of this user to permit to him to launch the sudo command without being able to set up the password. Okay, this is what we intend to do. Okay, great. The next step, though that one has been done successfully, the next step is now to connect to set up the passwordless connection between this node and this other node. Okay, to do that, we will just copy the public key. We just copy the public key from my control node to those. Okay, so Ansible password. Okay, so now I can definitively do this as it is say. Okay, I can say Ansible. Yeah, Ansible server D, for instance. Okay, now I will be able to log in inside of this node definitively. Okay. Yeah, this is it. We are okay. What things else I can do? Yeah, I can. If I would like also, I'm here. I can see I want to update the host name, for instance. Okay, let's see. I can do it without host name. can update the host name if I would like, just to show you that my previous action has been done successfully. Okay. Yes, I'm on server D, for instance. Okay, if I do that, yeah, you can see that I can execute the sudo password without be able to give a password, the root password. Same thing. You can do the same thing for the server E. Okay. Okay, so let's move on. After doing that, we have our environment ready. Our environment ready to proceed. Okay, definitively, our environment is ready for to proceed. The next step will be we can create a new project folder. Let's create a new project folder. It's called. We create a new. This will be our project folder. We can have many project folder inside an Ansible controller node. Okay, in our case, we create a new project folder, and inside this project folder, let's go within it. We can oops. Inside of this one is empty. Okay, so we create our new inventory file. Inside this inventory file, we will define all the nodes that we have that of this we have to manage. Okay, let me show you the inventory file. Here is the file that I created. This file. Okay, it is it's not a YAML file, but it's an ANI file type. Okay, and inside this inventory file, I have many groups. Okay, I have for groups 1, groups 2, group 3. Okay, and another this section is if I would like to have a subsection, so inside a same group, inside groups, I can define it here. Okay. So I have the first group called web servers, with contain the server A, server B, and another group of server called database, and another group of server called monitoring. And inside of this group, I have only one node. Okay, I can have many nodes, but in our case, I will just have inside the monitoring group only one node. Same things for the database group. Great. This is done. Next step, so to do, our inventory file is created. Yeah, normally at this moment we are ready for kicking. Okay, everything is set up and our environment is ready, so I can launch our first command, our first Ad-hoc command. Right now it will be ansible all. If I say all, for instance, this means that I would like to launch a particular command against all nodes that we have inside my inventory. Okay, inventory, and I would like to launch a particular command called ping, the ping command, and look what will be what will happen. Great. So this is successful. Okay, so all node the ping command is successful. It's not a real ping command like this command ping. No. This command. What did this command? This module. Okay. What we did with this command, we just say, I would like to. In real time, I would like to test some things in my whole node that I have in my inventory file. Okay, and this testing that I would like to do is to do it with a particular module. Okay, I would like to use a particular module. Remember here, inside an Ansible control node, we can have many modules that we can call to perform a different task. We can use directly a module to perform a particular task, or you can use a playbook file to perform those tasks also. It's possible. But for the rapid testing, you can use directly the modules, okay, through the command called the Ad-hoc command. Okay, this command is called an Ad-hoc command because I'm directly I didn't use a YAML file. I didn't use the playbook files. I directly call a modules in the command line. Okay, and against the host that we have in my inventory. And this way is called the Ad-hoc command. Okay, or ad-hoc command. Okay, and I have called this module. Or I have used this module. I can use another module. Okay, I can use a body call, for instance, setup. This module is used to gathering some facts from the different nodes, target node. So let's say that I would like to use this module called setup, and in this module, the purpose of this module is to collect data from the target node. Okay, it's to collect data. So this module will go inside each node. Okay, I say all. So this means that all nodes inside my inventory, this module will go on each node and gather all data. Okay, from this from on each node. And me, I would like to only see the distribution types. Okay, so this is why I will say I will have a filter here. I say, hey, I don't want to see everything. I just want to see the Ansible, the distribution types of those nodes. So let's do it. And let's have, what am I missing? I forgot the argument options. So because each module have its way to be used. Okay, here this module should specify the -a, which mean the arguments that I would like to set up for this module. So, okay, so let's say it's going. The processing is ongoing. Yeah, you see. So now I have a feedback. So all fact has been gathered by the modules on each node. I can see that here is the fact or the data gathered from the node. It is an Ubuntu node, and you can see all those information for each node. And it is the case for each node, as you can see. For each node, in my inventory file, the Ansible has been able to gather information. And you can ask me, why do we have those warning? Okay, I will show you how we can clean those warning. Okay, it is about the Python module, but I will show you how we can clean this one. Okay, let's launch another command. Okay, here is another command, ad-hoc command. This ad-hoc command is used another module called command. Okay, this module use this command, this ad-hoc command use another module called command. Okay, and this module permit us to do a specific actions. Let's show you. The action is this command permit us to execute directly. Let's say I don't want to connect on my 10, 14 or 100 node to perform the -h command. Okay, on each node. I don't want to do that. Okay, with this command I will be able to launch directly my command to on all nodes that I have in my inventory file. Okay, let's say I would like to perform command -h, for instance. Okay, instead of going on each node to do that, I can directly launch my command Ansible all dash inventory, and I will call the module command and give him to the command to launch on all nodes, and magic he will do it on all nodes and give me the feedback. Amazing. Okay, this is how we can manage your infrastructure very rapidly. Okay, through the Ad-hoc command. And yeah, and let me how we can improve of your Ansible control node executions. We can do it through the ansible.cfg file. Right now we have only the inventory inside of this project folder. I will create another file called ansible.cfg. This is the configuration file for the whole, for the command launcher inside of this project file. Okay. So I will create a new Ansible CFG file. Let me create it and show you the content. Here is the content of the Ansible CFG file. As you can see, we have the different sections or where I will say, yeah, here is the path to have access to the inventory file and the remote users to use. Okay, remotely it will be Ansible. The host key checking is false because we are already take care about that. We have a gathering also. The gathering factor will be smart if you can get information to get it and go proceed. And also we can the facts can be catching. Okay, we can be restored temporarily in there when a fact is be gathered. Okay, it can be stored and inside of the control node. Okay, by this way, for the first time you will collect data and store it here in the node. For the second time you will not collect it again. Okay, and we have another here is this part, this interpreter Python auto silent. This permits us to clean this warning, for instance. Okay, and next step, so you will be the escalation privilege. Okay, how Ansible should be proceed to escalate or to elevate its privilege if the action to do and need a sudo command, and also the SSH connection section so permit us to improve. It definitely this has to improve the execution of our Ansible command. How? When you, let's say that we have an Ansible task to launch, we have 10 tasks to do inside your playbook for Ansible. Instead of the controller to launch 10 SSH connection, it can use only one SSH connection, and within this SSH connection, we will pass all the tasks that we have to do. Okay, great. Now I have created my Ansible CFG file, and I can now let me call back the Ad-hoc command. See, we have the feedback because I don't specify the inventory because my Ansible CFG already take care about that. Okay, you can see, and also and so on and so on. I have all the info, and also the warning has been cleaned up because of this argument. Okay, and also this one, the callback enable permit has when you will be able to launch a playbook, because we talked about that in our video. For a moment, we have just stick about the Ad-hoc command. This is another way to execute your attacks on the systems. Okay, but we have another way called the playbook execution. But for this video, it's not the purpose. Just a very fast video about Ansible. Okay, so yeah, I can use another. Let's call back our setup module command. Okay, here again, see that we will gather other information. You can see I will allow to gather the host name informations. Yeah, definitively, and I have now the feedback. This is something very great, and if you would like to dump the current configuration of your Ansible, okay, this option is only changed because from this ansible.cfg I have changed some information. Okay, so this file updates some default information. Okay, so this is if I launch the command ansible configure dump, it will show me all the information about my configuration. But if I would like to only show the command that has been updated, okay, the option that has been updated, I can just add the dash only change options. And let's see now. Let's launch another command. You can launch a command about if I would like to list all hosts in my inventory. I can do it. I can also print. I can manipulate also the inventory if I would like the inventory. If I would like to print or manipulate the inventory. This is all for this. I hope this fast video, and I hope that we get some insightful information about the Ansible. And in the next video, if you would please like the video, share it. I will and comment it also if you want to have a next part of this video where we execute some playbooks and perform very interesting tasks with Ansible. So thank you very much, guys, and I hope that you have appreciated this moment. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Bye from now. Take care also.